Hello, everybody, and welcome to the FightFit Podcast. This is week 2 of the podcast, and I hope you're all well. I hope you're all kicking goals, all of our devoted listeners out there. Today, we have got a few of the participants from the FightFit Games in. We've got Kylie and Lockie. We're going to start with Kylie, who's actually had a really interesting story of how you've came to be where you are now. So Kylie has been training for 4 years at FightFit, and then a little bit before that, personal training with our good mate Dave. So, yeah.
The smiling assassin, as people like to call him.
I haven't seen him smile yet.
At the end of the session, when you tell him you're dying, that's when he smiles.
Yeah, it's perverse satisfaction. Yeah, and how are you finding it?
Good. It is challenging at the moment. Last week I was in all sorts of pain after a couple of sessions I did, but I've recovered a lot better than what I thought I would, which I'm quite happy with, given the fact that it's only week 2.
Yeah,
I thought it might take me a little bit longer than 2 weeks. I did enjoy Sunday. Woke up, no exercise today.
I thought you were going to say you did a grilling session there, but no.
No exercise. That was my rest day, so it was a good day.
Yeah, I was just telling you off camera before about my pretty miserable start to my FightFit Games career. I'm not going to do the actual challenge, by the way. I'm a bit too soft, but did the one class and I was just dead by the end of it. My fingers, hands cramping, had to be on the modified program, so I don't know how you guys do it.
Oh, yeah. I've trained with Dave after some of his classes, and I've seen people and I'm just like, oh, hell no. There's no way known I'm ever going to attempt that or that I would be able to do it. But when the games come up, I thought, I need a challenge myself.
Yep.
It's been a while since I gave myself a challenge, and I thought, I'd said to Dave, I think I can do it. And he's like, well, can modify it. But I have done a bit better than what I thought I was going to, which is good.
It's a great way of sort of pushing yourself and forcing yourself into it, just entering something like this and achieving your goals, isn't it? Because otherwise you maybe get a little bit lazy, a bit complacent. But when you're doing that, you're like, all right, I've got something to work towards. Yeah. Is that what you're looking forward to getting out of it?
I just want to get fitter and stronger. I thought I was half fit because, I can run 5Ks and I've been doing the boxing classes.
Yeah.
It's just a whole
new kind of fitness,
different type of fitness. Because I said to Dave, I thought I was a bit fitter, and he said to me that it's just a whole different level of exercise that I haven't done in the past.
Yeah.
Because I had back surgery a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And I haven't been able to do a lot of these things in the past. So I figured it was about time I gave it a go, because training with Dave, doing PT sessions with him a couple of times, he's said, try this exercise. And honestly, I've just about shit myself going, nah, can't do it. But then I've done it.
Yeah.
So it's just getting your mind around it too.
Building up that mental fortitude.
Sometimes it was just all in my mind thinking, no. The first box jump I did, I'm like, nah, I can't jump onto that box. And it wasn't a very high box. But, and then I did it, and I'm like, oh, okay. So it's just all in my mind. So this is just pushing myself to be able to do what I thought I couldn't.
And, a lot of people maybe couldn't have, considering your story of how you've come from having a back surgery and 8 to 10 years of constant pain with your sciatica and tell us a bit about the story.
I was in pain 24/7 basically for at least 8 years or so.
Yeah.
I was training occasionally here, and my weight was just fluctuating because on the occasion that my back wasn't too bad, well, then I could do a little bit more exercise and I was eating better, so I'd lose a bit of weight, but then my back would just go on me again, and it could just be as simple as I'd bend over and wouldn't be able to get back up. Like I wasn't doing anything to hurt myself. I'd just move the wrong way and my back would go. And then, at one stage I was in bed for nearly a month. So I couldn't actually get out of bed, couldn't make it to work. The pain was just that bad. I was, on painkillers and nasty things that then once you start taking the painkillers and some of the drugs they can put you on, my weight just skyrocketed at one stage.
They just made you keep eating. And...
Yeah, finally got to a neurosurgeon who said that I got a bone scan, and then he found some issues with my discs, and I still have some ongoing issues, but I manage them with training, and I do clinical Pilates with my physio.
So a lot of the things that really hold people back from pushing themselves in terms of strength and conditioning is the hurdles that you face constantly. What have you done to sort of be able to keep on overcoming these hurdles that you've been faced with?
It's just all a mental game, and it's ever like I had the back surgery, and it was like the first time in so long that I wasn't in pain. And well, obviously I was for a while straight after the surgery.
Yeah, I was going to say,
but as soon as I was out of that, but 2 days after the surgery, I was on the treadmill, and I was walking at like 2 k's an hour. It took me, I don't know how many minutes to walk 100 meters, and I was laughing to myself, going, Usain Bolt does this in 9 seconds. It just took me about 5 minutes. But I was on the treadmill.
Yeah.
And I was on that treadmill 3 times a day, every single day for probably 6 to 8 weeks.
Yep.
I saw my physio a couple of weeks after the surgery, and we started doing the Pilates again. I didn't come back here for probably 6 months for full training. But I was walking and just doing enough to get my back moving. And as soon as my physio said I was allowed to come and do some boxing and do weight training and that again, I was here. And it was all just strengthening and trying to lose weight as well, because it was, if I exercise, it makes me eat healthier.
And also if you're carrying weight, it's much harder to do the things that you want to do.
Lost 26, 27 kilos.
Yeah,
and it's
remarkable amount of weight.
Such a big difference. So
it's awesome.
Next month we're coming up to about 2 years since my surgery, so I'm hoping to reach my goal of 30 kilos by then.
And 2 years ago, are you pretty happy with the progress that you've made in those few years to be now
definitely
undertaking this enormous challenge of?
Because I wouldn't have thought that I could even do this.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy with myself.
Yeah.
And the fact that I've pushed myself to be able to do this as well.
Yeah. And what would you say is your biggest apprehension coming into this FightFit Games?
Just seeing the classes, I didn't think I'd be able to do them. Like that was the biggest thing. And then it was like, how am I going to recover from these?
Yeah.
Because, you're training nearly every day, and it's like, when do I actually get time to recover? But last week I did some boxing classes in between, and it actually really helped because it sort of loosened up my shoulders and that, because it was my shoulders and arms that were pretty sore. And as I said, I recovered fairly well, which I was happy with.
Yeah. And in terms of your own goals as well, what about outside of training, in terms of your home life, your work life, family life? Is there any sort of other things that you really are wanting to improve?
Like just at work, I'm looking to get a promotion at work, which I just had a job interview and didn't get the job. But the head of, like, the manager was really, really happy with my interview, and he's now taking me under his wing to get me the training and that I need to be able to move on. And I think just not being in pain all the time, I'm a much happier person.
Being a bit more healthy and productive.
Because I'm not in pain all the time.
Yeah.
And yes, just being fitter and healthier, I'm just much happier. My life's just done a 180.
Yeah.
That everything's changed, and people that have known me for years are even saying, wow, you're just so much happier than what you used to be.
Yeah.
Well, it's easy when you're not in pain 24/7.
And if you keep doing the boxing classes, you might be able to just go to your boss and just give him an offer that he can't refuse,
Well, I do say to the people at work when they're giving me the shits, I'm like, you guys are the reason I do boxing.
It's your face on the pads. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
You can do that though, put someone's face.
Yeah. And a FightFit challenge is out of the question for you then? You're more into the strength and conditioning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
FightFit challenge.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Getting
I'm not getting
getting
in the
punched in
ring.
the face is a completely different thing.
Exactly.
Awesome.
I don't really have the speed and agility, and
Yeah.
hopefully, some of this will help with that because it is strengthening my back. But
Yeah.
I still do have some back issues, as I said, so I don't really have the agility that you probably need to be able to get in the ring.
Yeah. Fair enough. And what would you say to anybody who might be listening and tossing and turning up, whether they want to do a challenge or do a FightFit Games or one of these things?
Just do it. Like it's not as daunting as what you think.
Mm.
Well, it is a bit daunting, but once you get to a class, and I've only done classes with Dave, with the strength ones, but every trainers here are so supportive, and if they know that you've got some restrictions on what you can do and that sort of thing, it's they're really good at giving you other things that you can try and do, and don't look at everyone else. Like, don't compare yourself to what everyone else is doing. Like I was saying, some of the girls are lifting way heavier weights than me, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, yes, it's competition at the end, but this is for me. This is to get me stronger and fitter.
Yeah.
And
if you go to the
healthier.
classes, you're going to improve and you're going to reach
Oh,
those
yeah.
goals.
Well, last week I hit 4 PBs with my weightlifting.
Yeah.
And that's just the second week.
Yeah.
So, I'm smashing goals already. So it can only go up from here.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it sounds like you're really trying to have your results all encompassing with your work life and, your strength and conditioning and your numbers too. So doing awesome. Can't wait to catch up with you midway through the games and then at the end as well to see those results.
Yep.
So
I can't wait.
If you want to come back, we'll have you.
Sure.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Kylie.
Thank you.
Awesome. We've just got Lockie back here getting his hair and makeup done. So, Lockie.
G'day.
How are you, pal? Just want to adjust that microphone, make sure that it's about a fist away from your face. Beautiful.
Yep.
All right. So this is Lockie, guys.
Hello.
Lockie's just fresh off a class. No, it wasn't a class. You're just doing your own thing, weren't you?
Yeah.
Just doing some weights.
Good in front of a few guys.
Yeah. Awesome. Tell us a bit about yourself, Lockie. What are you into, mate?
I'm a bit all over the place. I like boxing. I like keeping fit. I use fitness as a sort of a means to, I don't know, improve not only my fitness but my professional and personal life as well.
Yeah.
I just think if you've got a healthy body, you'll have a healthy mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
So did you want my life story, or did you want...
What do you do for work?
I'm a lawyer, and I have a sort of a sedentary job, so I'm sitting down a lot of the day.
Yeah.
And because of that, I place a bit of importance on keeping fit and as I say, keeping the mind fit. And...
I don't have a sit down job, but I can imagine at the end of the day you'd be raring to get into the gym and smash the bags.
Like a bolted horse. Ready to get out of the gates. So,
and in terms of your goals, in what your biggest goals, are they numbers based? Are they sort of like more home based or family life or?
Well, in terms of fitness, I guess I kind of hit a plateau a couple of years ago. I've always been pretty fit. My mum and dad have always got me doing sport at a young age, but I sort of hit a point where I just didn't have anything to work towards. I was a bit sort of clueless, just decided I needed something new. And it turns out a challenge really does sort of kickstart your goals a bit.
Yeah.
So, I joined the guys here, and I did the challenge last year, and the games as well. And I just found being in a competitive environment sort of sparked that fire again to.
So this is the third one you've done then? You've done a challenge and a games?
Yeah, did all that last year, so fit a bit in, and I'll get around the games this
year
as well.
How'd you go in the challenge?
I lost, but it was a great experience.
It's crazy, isn't it? Did you have to do the 300 burpees from Paul Fifield?
Yeah, unfortunately, but he's a stern bloke, Paul. But,
and back at him, that's for sure.
That's right.
Yeah. How did you find, like, when you compare the two, the games and the challenge?
I actually was more exhausted after the games.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, I'm a bit of a competitive guy, which puts a few people off. But I really gave it my all during the games, and
Yeah.
there's no opportunity whatsoever to rest. And had Paul Fifield in my ear as well, so I felt obligated to go as hard as I possibly could. And by the end, but I was, like you said before, I was shaking. I couldn't breathe properly, and but I realized I'd actually given it my all that day. Whereas the challenge, unfortunately, I wasn't myself on the night. I was a bit overawed by the occasion, and I'm disappointed with my performance at the time. But I felt like the games really got the most out of me.
Yeah. And did you have a massive improvement in those? Games?
Certainly. I definitely went to a level that I'd actually never been before. Through my fitness journey. I credit that to going to the classes, seeing as many trainers as I can, and getting pointers on my form, and just going as hard as I possibly can every day.
I found that as well with the FightFit Challenge when I did it with Paul Fifield and the rest of the crazy crew. The thing that was like really, really awesome that I found was that you're just pushing yourself through those barriers, and you don't think you can do it. And it's like somebody told me that I was going to do 300 burpees. I'd tell them where to go,
That's right,
But we did it, and we all did it together. And you don't want to be that guy who doesn't finish and everyone else does. But
that's right.
That's
right.
Whether or not you win at the end of the day, I mean, you're still kicking goals. So did you, like, when you were younger, did you have much other sporting commitments before you joined in here?
Mum and Dad got me doing pretty much everything: tennis, soccer, footy, volleyball, race go-karts for a period of time. So we were pretty diverse in that area, which thanks Mum and Dad. I mean it was great, and it was good to be fit and all the rest of it. But then I almost got a little bit sad when I was in mid-uni and I didn't have any sort of competition or goal. Essentially, I was sort of on my own and a bit clueless. So I think competitions really can be healthy sometimes, and gives you a goal that you must meet sometimes. So having a must rather than a want, I found was really good for me.
Yeah, and I mean, we're not gonna do the challenge and then just not do the work and get to the day and be like, oh god,
It doesn't work like that.
Literally don't know what I'm doing. And what would be some sort of words of advice that you would give to anybody who might be thinking about undertaking any challenge in terms of strength and conditioning, or FightFit Challenge, or FightFit Games, or even just joining a gym? I mean, if there's so many people out there who are like sort of coming and going from gyms and diet plans and exercise plans and nip slip there.
Sorry, wasn't intentional.
Some people really, I find, struggle to sort of maintain a balance in their life and maintain sort of motivation. So what would you say to for advice for people?
Probably a couple of things. Like Kylie said before, I think start small. Probably a good idea. Don't think you can lift 100 kilos straight away. I think just lift what you can and set small goals and achieve those if you can, and be get around people that I guess are passionate about fitness like yourself, because that, I think that passion wears off on people from time to time. Just talk to people as much as you can. Don't be shy. And I think you'll pick up things along the way that you might realize, oh yeah, I can actually do this thing if I've got some support behind me, which the guys at FightFit
that's
tend to give.
One of the great things about doing it in a group is that you've got a bunch of other people. Everybody's struggling, everybody is like questioning whether or not they can do it, and if you're just bouncing off people, then that helps you so much. If you're doing it by yourself, it'd be a different story. We're not all crazy like Kylie doing personal training every week. And in terms of your goals, personal goals, fitness goals, how about more sort of work life and home life? Anything that you are really sort of looking to improve in terms of your productivity?
Well, I find generally getting an hour's worth or even 45 minutes worth of fitness exercise a day really makes me more productive at work. Even especially if I do something in the morning, I feel like I'm energized throughout most of the day. Even if you miss a session, that's motivation to do it again. So in terms of professional life, I think combining a healthy exercise regime with also setting professional goals as well, they can complement each other.
Yeah.
I think if you do it the right way. So
Yeah.
for me, I'm obviously trying to build my professional life as much as I can, but I realize if I don't do all of the things together and have a healthy, balanced lifestyle, then
Yeah.
I probably won't achieve
Yeah.
the goals in either of those.
It can be easy to sort of burn yourself out by doing too much of one thing or the other.
Yeah.
As you said before as well, starting small. I love that point because a few times I've gone into the gym, whether it be boxing or whether it be strength and conditioning, and just gone really hard for a few weeks and then burnt myself out completely. And then I couldn't come back in. I couldn't find the motivation to come back in for a few weeks and burn myself out and then and same with work as well. So it's so important to just find that balance, or at least try, because we're all just making it up as we go.
Yeah, I agree. I think as well, just don't treat it as a failure. It's just you're just delaying your goals a bit, I guess. Yeah, because you'll achieve them eventually. I think,
absolutely.
Keep
Well,
consistent.
looking forward to catching up with you midway through again and at the end. Just for everybody listening, next week we're going to have some of the coaches on. It's going to be another very informative podcast. Hopefully, I'll be chewing their ears off. They'll be missing half an ear by the time they leave. But yeah, looking forward to catching up with yourself and Kylie again very soon. Thank you so much for coming on again.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And thanks anyone for listening. I hope people are listening still. Awesome.
Perfect.